The new edition of Lord of the Rings Warhammer is just around the corner, and right here on Zorp the Rings, it is going to be massive. I'm coming to you today from windy Mount Sunday, the original filming location for Edoras, because we have got an absolutely monster Rohan-themed campaign unfolding right here on Zorp and Zorp the Rings. It's going to be absolutely huge. I'm talking massive scenery builds, Helm's Deep, Edoras, and you better bloody believe there's going to be some massive siege battle reports right here on Zorp the Rings. Today, though, we're looking back on the original Rohan edition of Middle-earth with a massive Pelennor Fields battle report featuring over 10,000 points of models on my huge Pelennor Fields mega board.
Great battle of our time.
Welcome to Zorp Gaming. My name's Lachlan Linton Keane, and welcome to the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, the great battle of our time. In this massive 6-player battle report, we'll see the forces of Sauron face down the free peoples of Middle-earth as over 350 models take to the field to decide the penultimate battle of the War of the Ring. In the center of the Pelennor are the legions of the Morannon, savage orcs and trolls led by their chieftain Gothmog and his many lieutenants. On their rear flank come reinforcements from the east, a huge blockade of Easterling men from Rhûn who will fight to the last, supported by the savage chariots and horsemen from Khand. The horns of Rohan blow down from the north as the great host of Theoden arrives unlooked for, riding for death and glory. Launching forth from the gates of Minas Tirith, a sortie of Gondorian forces led by their mighty prince Imrahil of Dol Amroth strikes out for the Morannon lines, eager for vengeance. Black Corsair ships have arrived at the docks of Harlond to the south, but to Sauron's terror, his reinforcements are instead his greatest foes, as Aragorn, heir of Isildur, charges the fields with an army of the dead at his back. But the Dark Lord is not without hope, as he will soon unleash his final war host. The great war beasts and cavalry of Harad flock behind the banner of the Serpent, and his most deadly servant, the Witch King of Angmar, will return once more to crush the world of men. The game is played on a 6x8 foot gaming board depicting the farmlands of the Pelennor Fields. Along the eastern edge lies the Ramis Akor, a crumbling outer ring wall that proved little barrier to the forces of Mordor. On the western edge, the main road heads to the gates of Minas Tirith, now spoiled by orc camps and fire pits. On the southern edge are the docks of Harlond, and the central fields will soon be strewn with the corpses of war as the chaos of battle descends. So we've seen our armies, we've seen our board, let's meet our players for today.
I'm Dan, I'm running Forces of Evil today.
I'm Jacques, I'm running Gondor in the 15th state.
I'm Ori, I'm playing Army of the Dead with great company in Angbor.
I'm Ryan, I'm playing Rohan today.
I'm Lockie, I'm running the huge shield wall of Morannon orcs.
The game will last for 10 turns, and the side who has achieved the most objectives will claim victory. The objectives are as follows. Heroes of the West. The men of the West will fight valiantly while their mighty heroes remain upon the battlefield. There are 7 key heroes for the forces of good: Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Theoden, Éomer, Imrahil, and Hurin. Each side must preserve or kill more of these heroes to claim this objective. Servants of the Dark Lord. The forces of Sauron fear their masters more than their enemy. They will not break while their mighty warlords command them. There are 7 key heroes for the forces of Sauron: the Witch King, Gothmog, Suladin, the Mummak war leader, Umdur, and 2 Khandish kings. Each side must preserve or kill more of these heroes to claim this objective. The Mumakil. Arriving on turn 5 of the battle, the great war beasts will trample all who stand before them. Each side must slay or preserve more Mumakil to claim this objective. The Gates of Minas Tirith. The gates of the White City must not fall. At the end of 10 turns, the side with the most units within 12 inches of these gates will claim this objective. The Field of the Pelennor. There are 4 areas of strategic importance on the Pelennor. The side that claims more of these markers will claim this objective and huge tactical advantage. The board is set, the pieces are moving. Now let us begin the great battle of our time.
So the forces are assembled for this epic conflict here on the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. Let's roll up priority. I'll take the honours for Team Evil. Ryan, you want to do turn good?
I can do it with the Rohan dice.
Or big 3? A big 5. Any heroics? Ryan, you got anything on your side?
I got a free one with gambling, I may as well just call a march with him, I guess.
Calling a march. Big old heroic march for Aragorn. And I don't think the orcs are going to do shit. We'll just kind of move, Dan.
Nothing for me.
Nothing. Cool. Alright, let's get into the move phase for turn number 1.
there are several special rules that take place in this narrative scenario. The charge of the Rohirrim. Any Rohan model that charged in the move phase may declare a heroic combat in the ensuing fight phase without spending might. This may be done by both warrior and hero models.
Reform the line! Reform the line!
Dol Amroth for Gondor. At the end of the first good move phase, the good player moves the Gondor forces onto the board via the gates of Minas Tirith. Men from the south. At the end of the evil player's 5th move phase, the evil player moves the Harrod force onto the board via the eastern board edge. The Witch King. At the end of the evil player's 7th move phase, the evil player moves the Witch King of Angmar onto the board via the western board edge.
The forces have advanced. A huge line of Rohan is barreling towards my Mordor forces. I'm trying to rapidly pivot to a bit of a reposition, establish a new shield wall. Danny, you got the Khand and the Easterlings linking up with me there?
Yeah, I am.
They're looking pretty solid. Hopefully we can kind of get away from all of Jacques, Gondor, and Ori's fiefdoms, which have come barreling on, and Ori's got the heroic marches going to hopefully at least get these guys involved in the game at some point. It's now shooting phase. Ryan, you've got priority and the only shots for Team Good so far.
Yeah, so I've got 8 riders that are half moved, and they're going to try and pick you.
Straight into the king. So 5s to hit. Ooh, starting alright. 4 hits. Yeah, nice. Now, do you hit the chariot or the man?
1 hits the man.
1 hits the man. It'll be 6s to
So a little
wound.
flat 6.
Oh!
Look at that.
Sneaky wound on the Khandish king already, and then you've got 3 hits on the chariot, needing 6s by 4s. Yep.
Oh! Bounce out and in again.
Yeah, that's fine.
Meant to do. That was the flipper, right?
I love it.
And it wounds.
Ryan, the Riders of Rohan opening their account. A wound on the chariot and a wound on the king. Khandish chieftains, time to return fire, Dan. We need a bit of vengeance after that.
Yeah, you're gonna pick the horse. Let's go.
Durnhelm? Yeah, nice. Any 4s? Hits, big hit. And hits the horsey. So you're needing 5s to wound, will do it. Oh, a 2. No luck. I have 2 Mordor orcs just here who have bravely stood the line, and they are going to shoot straight. You know what? I'm loving Durnhelm. Let's go for Durnhelm. 5s to hit. Oh, 1 hits. Horse or rider? Hits Durnhelm. That's annoying. Now, Merry will be 1, 2, 3. Eowyn will be 4, 5, 6. Oh, Merry, duck for cover, needing 5s to... Oh, Merry takes a wound. He's got 2 points of fate, Ryan. You're going to drop one of those fate?
Yeah, fate go. Yes.
He saves. All right. Well, we snipped a little cheeky wound on Mary there from the brave orc archers, and then we'll be jumping into priority for next turn. Dan, you've got the honors. Someone else from Team Good. Ooh, a big 3 for us. Jacques, you're on it. And it's a 3. It swings to Team Evil. All right. Heroic actions at the start of the phase. Ori, you gonna call another march?
I certainly will.
Yep, marching it up. Got to get these boys in the fight. And I think you're out of range of charge, Ryan. So no point in the move.
Damage range of charge.
Oh, on the bowman, of course.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Jumping it. All right. Heroic move from Theoden himself.
It will be Theoden. Yeah.
You got Daewine as well.
Yeah, I do. So it would make more sense to do it with Daewine because he doesn't matter if he dies.
Sound the charge.
After Daewine's heroic move to launch the Rohan spearhead, several riders found themselves in charge range of the Morannon shield wall. The filthy orcs promptly broke formation and launched forward to seize the initiative. As the Khand and Easterlings advanced to reinforce their beleaguered comrades, the remaining Rohan and Gondor forces closed in. With the main bulk of the armies now within striking distance, this turn's heroic combats will be the last chance to reposition before the inevitable maelstrom of Turn 3's charges.
Priority going to the forces of evil. It's time to start with our shooting over here. Dan, you got Khand to fire some bows?
Yeah, I'll have Khand and then I'll go Eastling.
Oh, very nice. All right.
So we'll go this king here. We're going to go into Durnhelm.
Keep on softening her up.
Hit. That front rank. Nope, it hits that front horse.
Goes up.
Big 6. And a 3. No wounds there. All right.
Eastling, so they've moved half as well, so yeah, just in the banner.
Strong. 3 hits. And up or down on the bannerman. All on the horse. Needing a 5 to unhorse the banner. Nothing wrong with that though. Look at that. Throne Rider. He's fine. Alright, so the banner has been knocked off his horse. We had a bit of impact.
Yeah.
Bit of impact. And now Rohan shooting. Ryan, take us away. Time for a bit of vengeance on the bannerman's horse.
16
Oh!
Straight into orc. So
Oh,
what we're going to do...
straight into the shield wall?
Yeah, it's going to hit that man and move that way.
Cool, lovely. Alright, 5s to hit. It's a lot of dice. Flat 6s on the Morannons.
Want it to be.
16 shots, no wounds. Alright, so how many spears and where are we going?
Those 3... we'll go Amdur. He's good to take off. Actually, 4. There's a 4th one there.
4 spears into Amdur.
1.
1 hit. Up or down?
Up. Oh, lucky 6 again.
Another sneaky wound from the Rohan shooting. Alright, combat phase for turn number 2. The first combat. The Pelennor charge has begun. And Ryan, you got some heroic combats, of course?
Free ones, yeah.
Free ones.
Yeah,
so every model that charged, warrior or hero, is going down. So which heroic combat do you want to do first?
I actually want to do the dude first.
The
like
dude
just
first?
a random dude that can...
I think that's the
all of
way
a
to go.
sudden Inherits the ability
Well,
to-
I'm going to shield 4 days. Let's do this.
And it's an equal fight. So.
It is.
No, it's not, because I got Theoden, but it doesn't matter, because I rolled poorly.
I rolled a 5. You got Gambling's Banner, my friend, so you
do.
got a reroll.
Thank goodness
Oh,
for
it goes to you. I'm knocked prone, needing 5s.
that. Doesn't get it.
Oh!
Doesn't get it.
Down he goes. All right.
Now we've got Theoden, and he's fighting 2 dudes with a spear behind him.
He is. So 3 attacks for me with my 2 bowmen and their spear support. Already rolled 1, and I'm on 6s and 5s.
Theoden,
Strong.
Do your 6th thing, Theoden. Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. Gets it on the fight value. My front 2 ranks will be knocked down, so you want to put his strikes on 1 at a time.
First strike.
Needing 4s for him.
Yep.
Gets
Second
him.
strike. Yep.
Crunched. Down he goes. Where's he plowing into next?
I think I've only got one choice, honestly, and it's old mate just there.
Yep, straight in.
So
Straight
let's
into an
just-
old
let's just-
spearman. Against Daewine, it's 2 Morannon Orcs. And I'm on 6s again.
Oh no.
Oh,
Day
1s
one.
and 2s. You're in range of banner though?
Come on, day 1. Oh no.
No luck. No clutch there at all.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to strike at Daewine's horse with both. But 1 at a time actually, needing 5s.
No, 4.
Oh, 4s. Hey, down goes Daewine's horse. You got Horse Lord?
does it.
And he comes.
Let's 4 up and make that not happen.
Daewine's got 3 might, so you could spend your only
No,
fate
2
and a point
now.
of might. 2 now. Alright, he saves his horse, but we choked up some might, and more importantly, blunted that heroic combat. He backs away. That's all the heroic combat. So I got priority. I have charged with all of these fights, so I've got 4 Morannon Orcs on 1 Rohan Rider with a single attack. I've got my banner. I should juice this guy.
If I match you though. Oh no.
Oh, lucky. Alright, needing 5s, and just goes down.
Kill.
One last combat for the turn. I have got 4 orcs against this royal
I
guard.
count 5.
5 with the support, thank you. And
They all have inferior fight, so I could just.
I am going to be
Force my way out of
stabbing with everyone, except the spearman. I'm on 5s.
Okay.
You got your fight value though.
Top 5, straight up. Oh no.
Ooh, out of range of banner. Alright, re-rolling 1s with the 4 yellow dice. Needing 5s on the strength. Gets him on the 6 and a 5. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Not bad for the first turn of
Kill
combat.
rider. Yeah, 2 riders.
Yeah, 2 riders, and 1 was a royal guard, I think. And then you killed a couple of orcs, and more importantly, chipped away a fate point and a might point for Daewine.
Yeah.
Let's do priority for turn number 3. Big 2 for evil, and Sharky's got it. A 5, it swings.
Now obviously Zorp of the Rings is a tiny little channel, so there's no sponsored segment on this video, but as we build into this massive new arc for the new Middle-earth edition, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to all of my patrons. You guys are the lifeblood of this tiny little channel. If you would like to see more battle reports on the Zorp of Zorp mega boards, go and join the Patreon down in the description and vote in the comments on Patreon what boards and what battles you'd like to see. You also get access to all of the normal Zorp of Zorp Patreon perks. So there's a heap there to check out. A massive thank you to all of you guys for supporting the Battle Report arm of Zorp of Zorp. I love making these games and I want to make so many more of them. Now, as there is no actual sponsor, I do have something really cool to show you guys instead. The MESBG Tracker. This is my mate Jimmy's amazing app for tracking all of your heroic stats while you're playing Middle-earth strategy battle game. It is just so freaking cool.
I've been using this bad boy every time I play SBG ever since Jimmy stole my phone and installed it at the New Zealand League final last November. You can build army lists and track your breakpoints, custom trackers for things like farsight points, and of course, create profiles for every hero in your force. Then when you play a game, just tap on the characteristic to reduce it, or double tap to increase. Might, will, fate, wounds, and even kill counts all there at your fingertips. You can name your heroes whatever you want, and it's free for a whole month, and then only $1 a month after that. It's super cheap, even though there's lots of cost to cover cover for app development, so support a great app being made by the community for the community. All the links are down in the description. If you play SBG, you want this on your phone.
Well, of course, we're going to call a heroic move. We're going to try and get these chariots in. Who's going to call our move, Dan?
Yep, I'll call that Center King.
You guys going to counter?
Yeah. Over here, Durwine is out of 6 from Dickface, so we can call a move.
Cool, calling a move with Durwine. Ori?
March.
Heroic March?
March.
They're coming. Soon, guys. Alright, you're on the roll off, Ryan. Let's see who gets it. It goes. Oh, I thought that was a 5. It's a 3.
Evil get it.
That's not thematic at all. Alright, well, the king is going to swing on down and go chompy, chompy, chomp. Going to call with me, obviously, Dan, to get that bubble of dudes.
Yep.
So we're going to get all that cav, which is really all that's going to matter. The Easterling cav at the back. And then you're going to get Umdur and the Dragon Knight. And 1 cav as well. So I reckon we miss Thingo and we'll hit Elfhelm, we'll hit blah blah blah. We'll see if we get lucky.
Yep.
In a valiant attempt to blunt the Rohan charge, the Karnish and Easterling forces surge behind their king to swing into the left flank of the Rohan lines. But with a scream of death, the Rohan spearhead plunged into the Morannon shield wall, breaking through the front rank in several places, only to find Clubby the Troll spoiling for a fight. On the western flank, Imrahil and Huron smashed into the fragile Orc defences, leading a second spearhead, backed up by the Swan Knights of Dol Amroth, the Gondorian infantry, just a turn behind them. The Orcs in the second and third ranks threw themselves into the fray, seeing their fellow servants of evil on the precipice of annihilation. If either spearhead pierces the Mordor lines, it will be the ruin of all.
Well, we're hoping to kill something this time with the shooting, so I'm going to be shooting at a couple of Morannon Orcs over there. One hit.
It bailed on you.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing, alright? The shooting is ineffectual, but that's okay. This is a combat game. Look at this mess. Alright. So no heroic combats for the evil side. Rohan, any heroics for you?
Yeah, everywhere for free.
Everywhere for free.
Yeah.
Well, what a surprise! I might call a heroic combat with Gothmog, Master of Battle. And then Jacques, you're calling one as well?
Yep, Imrahil.
Imrahil in here to try and get him, or hopefully, probably quite successfully, get him out of the range of my hurl setup. It's good versus evil. Who wants to roll it? Ryan, you're up. Who gets the first heroic combat? It goes to evil again. So we've got 1, which is Gothmog, and I guess he has to go first. So he has got 3 attacks on the charge because he's fighting cavalry, and then I've got 3 for the troll. I am on 5s, and you've got 1 rider of Rohan there, Ryan.
Get a 6. No.
No luck there. So I am going to hurl. So I'm going to pick up this rider. Because he gets plucked from the seat, he becomes a 25 mil marker, which Ori will demonstrate. So a line directly drawn from those 2 is going to hit Theoden automatically if we successfully hurl off. And then if we roll an extra 2 inches on our D3 plus the difference of 4, difference of strength, which is 4, I'll be able to get Durwine as well. So I'm going to hurl. I'm going to pluck him out. We're going to see how far we hurl. It's hurling 6 inches. We're plucking that guy out. We hit the first Rohan. Hits Durwine, hits Theoden, hits that rider, and hits 2 of my orcs. The rider who was picked up takes a strength 3 hit for every model he passes through, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an additional strength 3 hits from being knocked flying, and a strength 6 hit because he's the model that's being thrown. So I think he's juiced. Bang, bang, bang. There goes that guy, which means the heroic combat will be successful. But also, let's jump into the cavalry. So each of these models take a strength 3 hit, but they're cav, so they're not flying, so that's an additional strength 3 hit. So we'll jump onto the rider first. He's dead. Theoden, taking 2 strength 3 hits, so he needs 6s on that D7. Oh, a sneaky wound on Theoden. Do you want to take your fate there, Ryan?
No.
Gonna save it. Gonna save it. Durwine as well. No wounds there. Durwine survives. And now, my orcs, they take a strength 3 hit each. We'll just do them at the same time as they land. One of them dies, which is the one in combat with Durwine. So I lose an orc, but I've killed 2 riders and knocked Durwine and Theoden off their horse, plus a wound on Theoden. And now every model that was in combat with any of those models gets knocked prone. So after knocking over that mess, the heroic combat goes off because we successfully killed that rider. And these 2 orcs, the troll and Gothmog, will get to move. I'll put Gothmog in on the prone Theoden, and I'll just chuck the troll in there. So that is a accidentally, surprisingly successful heroic combat which was not planned at all, and the forces of water have taken the early upper hand. Ryan, let's take it away with the rest of your heroic combats, which is a lot of Rohan
The
models.
Rohan charge was absolute carnage, but surprisingly for both sides, a fair few orcs fell, but a whole lot of riders bounced off the Mordor shield wall, wasting their heroic combats, and a few of the poor soldiers of Rohan even got themselves hacked out of their saddles. So much for riding for wrath and ruin.
This is not the way this scenario usually goes. Whenever we've played this in the past, Rohan have just annihilated. Oh, the dice aren't with Rohan today. Alright, so that's
the combat.
all the heroic combats. We've got one left with Imrahil. I have 2 Morannon Orcs against your 4 dice for Imrahil on the charge. Set the tone, my friend. Gets the 6. All yours. I can't stop that. I can't stop that.
+1 with the lance too.
Yeah, you need like 1 billion. There you go. Down goes the Orc and Imrahil's heroic combat goes off. Alright, that was a gnarly series of heroic combats, and now it is the normal fight phase.
So let's start this end and move that way.
Umdur versus the Banner Bearer. Probably a heroic combat we should have called. Oh no, we decided it wasn't worth it.
Shield it up.
Shielding.
Potentially move up there.
Gets him?
Banner.
Oh, true, of course. You're at -1 though, so you couldn't beat that.
No.
And you'll need 4s to wound him with Umdur.
And you can re-roll that if you need it, but you don't.
No, he goes down. The banner is cooked. Alright,
Chariot and a dude fighting a Rohan.
you've got 1 attack there, Ryan.
I do.
1 important attack. Big 4. The chariot, 3 attacks. Gets the 6. And strength 4, and it's a 2-handed, so it's +1 to wound as well, because he's got a 2-handed weapon. 6 rinses him. Let's move over here with Sharky Boy. So 3 Morannons versus the 1 Knight. I have charged, so no bonus for you when you're still fighting, not at -1 because you're on horse. I'm on 6s. You got the fight value though. Any banner? Imrahil's a 6-inch banner, isn't he? 12-inch banner. What the?
Big dick in
Not enough. Not enough. I'm gonna strike at the Knight. Needing 6s with the strength 4. Oh, needing 5s. Down he goes. Take him off. The first Swan Knight falls and the Morannon Orc countercharge is successful over here.
Jacques Gondor then went berserk, pushing the orc forces back and cutting down a handful of Mordor vermin trying to push on the flank of the Swan Knights. But Mordor still had one ace up their sleeve.
If you guys are getting hyped for the new edition of Lord of the Rings Warhammer, make sure you use my affiliate links down in the description. I've hunted out the best prices no matter where you are in the world or what Warhammer you're buying. So use those links down below. It sends a little kickback to support everything we're doing here on the channel, which is just so insanely helpful.
We got a troll though. We got a troll and we've got a lad fighting the last Knight of Gondor. I'm on 5s. Winnable, Jacques. You got the banner too.
4
Banner.
and or.
Oh, mine. All right, now, you know what? I'm going to barge.
Roll a 1.
D3 inches, 5 inches. I'm going to back this guy away 3. And Imrahil, who is not struck, is going to fight a troll at fight 7.
Okay.
All right, setting the tone on fight 7. All 5s, definitely not winnable. Gets the 5, I got the fight value. Banner first.
2.
Spending a point of might.
Yeah, you got to do
Yeah.
it. You got to do it.
3 attacks, so 6s to wound.
Triple 6s.
So no wounds for the troll, and we juiced a sneaky point of might. Sneaky little play there from the troll. Well done indeed. Is that all of the combats? No, we got 1 left, Ryan. So 4 attacks for Theoden shielding. I've got 4 attacks on the charge with
We've got
Gothmog.
equal fight too.
We are, because I haven't struck. I'm on 5s, and you're on 4s.
Alright, so I'm going to use 2 might to go to the 6.
And then I'll use 1 might to go to the 6 as well.
Yeah.
And
So
then it's a roll off, my man, and you've got priority. It's a big one. King of Men could be dead before the Witch King even gets here. Oh dear. So he's prone. So I am doubling my strikes. I'm strength 4, your D7. So 6s to wound with strength 4 on D7, which goes down to 5s with Hatred Man, and I've got 8 dice on Theoden. Needing 5s. I've got 1 6 and nothing mightable on the first set. So 1 wound on Theoden, and whoa! 2 wounds on Theoden.
He's not used any fate, but he has burned a wound.
He's got 1 fate, so Theoden just died.
Yeah.
Gothmog just rinsed the King of Rohan. Who needs the Witch King? Rohan need a bit of help here. Gondor got to come in and dish some of the pain. All right, boys, it's priority time. Jacques going to take it. 1 for the forces of good. and 6 for the Forces of Evil. We're going to have a little think about heroic combats, and we will come right back. So with evil winning priority, the good players have got to call some moves. We need to get that beautiful charge for Rohan happening. Ryan, it's up to you. Dayawine's just grabbed a point of might, right, from the banner?
Yeah, he got a banner free one, so he's going to call.
Yep, so he'll call, and luckily he's standing, which is fine. He's not prone because he won that fight. I will then use Master of Battle to counter call with Gothmog, which also is going to get me that Khandish King there with me, allow me to stand all those orcs up, so that could work quite well. And over here in Gondor, Jacques, anything for you?
Yeah, Huron's going to call a hero move.
So Huron's up here in the night, that'll grab Imrahil, a good little bubble, and be able to kind of really swing in there and start working that beautiful pincer you guys are setting up by having a fantastic collapsing center there, Ryan. It's just all going to plan. Let's see the roll off, Ryan. You've had really rough luck with that.
And the most important, the old march.
Of course. Heroic March for Aragon. Alright, we haven't seen you roll enough dice.
Alright.
Let's roll the dice there. It's got to go in the box. Goes to evil again! 2 turns in a row. Alright, well Gothmog is obviously going to call with me, and we're going to get a big old charge on Gamling and try and mitigate that. And then we'll set up all the rest of the models and come back for the king.
After blunting the Rohan spearhead and killing the King of the Mark, Gothmog spurred his orcs and Clubby the Troll into the breach, and they surged forwards towards the royal standard. With the orcs strengthening their line from the back ranks and the Khandish King on chariot bearing down, Gamling and Dayawine suddenly found themselves unhorsed and surrounded. Enraged by the death of the king, Aemir and Dernhelm rallied the 2nd and 3rd companies of the Rohirrim to charge the now exposed Khandish kings. With Rohan faltering, the men of Gondor fared better, crashing onto the thinner western ranks of orcs, Imrahil and Huron striking in deep behind enemy lines.
So that is the movement over. We've got a huge punch on here in the center, and Ori and Jacques have pushed all of the Gondor in, clashing into my reformation of this little shield wall here. Right, you've got some dudes hanging back there to open up some shots.
16 shots into the 2 cataphracts in the open.
Those dudes up the back there, it's a lot of bows. How many hits? 4 hits off 16. Oh, almost looks like someone's being punished for shooting on a charging day.
3 rider. See if I can just get a 6. Yeah, no, we'll need a 6. Are they armored horses? Yeah.
Well, that was effective, right? Maybe we should charge him in, man. So that is shooting over. It is combat time. We've got priority, so Rohan player, I'm sure you've got some heroic combat somewhere. Did you make any charges? Plenty. Look at that. Big juice over there. Aemir's jumped in. I'm going to guess you're going to call some heroic combats with the boys?
Strike with Aemir.
Yep, strike with Aemir makes sense. Umdur, Aemir is coming for you. So we've got options now. Dan, what are you thinking heroic-wise?
Potentially heroic combat with Umdur.
This is our king, right?
Yeah, it's our king. He's got 1 might left, so he can strike us.
Let's strike there. Strike and combat.
Yeah.
Love it. Look at that. Dan's all over it. So Aowen is striking. I'm going to heroic strike with my man Goroth, who's in with the troll on Dayawine. Dayawine's out of might because he's spent his might, so he can't call back. What's your next call then, Ryan?
Defense on Gamling.
Defense on Gamling. Absolutely got to do it, or Gothmog is going to rinse him. So Gothmog's enforcer will call a heroic combat. Now the option is, I'm not going to need to strike with Gothmog because you're never going to be able to get Dernhelm in there. But you are going to be able to get Dernhelm in on the Master of Reserves, potentially, if she slices her way through. So for me, it's just the strike with Goroth, the combat with the Master of Gothmog's Enforcer, sorry. You've got your strike over there, Dan, with the king. Aemir has struck. Strike on Dernhelm.
And combat.
Combat on Umdur, and then combats on all the charging Rohan models. So, we get the roll off this turn. Dan, would you like the honours? It's our priority. On a 1, 2, 3, it goes to the Forces of Evil. And it continues again in our favour. That's 3 in a row now. So which one we choose first is important in terms of our combats.
Let's go over here.
Let's go
We'll go with Umdur.
So Umdur's got 3 on the charge. Or 3 flat. You've also got the extra Easterling dice as well, but that's fine. Big 6 takes it away. What's Umdur need? 4s with his 2-handed, so 4, strength 4, so we need 5s down to 4s. Whoa! And the Easterling warrior? Ooh, might have to burn a point of might. That's right, isn't it? Because he's strength 4, your defense 5.
I'm defense 5.
So charge him in, man.
Yeah.
Spend the point of might.
Sorry, Ryan.
Alright, down he goes. And the Easterling is going to wrap and tag those 2. And Umdur will wrap and tag the final 2. The benefit of that is Aema is no longer in a combat frame, so when that fight happens, Aema won't get to charge Umdua and get 2 kills off 1 turn. Ryan, what combat would you like to do?
It'll have to be the Elfhelm one.
The Elfhelm one? Yep.
Yeah.
So you've got Elfhelm and Dernhelm, who have charged in against a single Easterling Cataphract, who Dan, I'm afraid, is going to have a tough time surviving this one. Oh, there's a 6 in there, which means it'll go to you guys on fight value with Dernhelm's fight.
But I should have really rolled my strike for Dernhelm too.
Oh yeah, cool. Strike
So
up now.
5
Yep.
plus 4, 9.
Cool. Fight 9. She can pick on whoever she wants to pick on.
Alright, now she's only strength 3.
She is.
So I need 6s to hurt that dude.
And he's not trapped because he can back away.
And
So
old mate needs a 5.
yeah, with the strength 4 of Elfhelm. He gets it there, so the combat goes off. Where would you guys like to go with those models?
Straight into the king there.
Straight into the king with Dernhelm, who is
Yep.
of course struck up.
And then Elfhelm there into him as well, but
Cool.
in a way that blocks you from being able to charge.
So it's more beneficial for me to do this combat first. So I am going to have a Troll, Goroth, Gothmog's Enforcer, and Guritz, Master of Reserves, all on day 1. So Goroth 2 attacks, Gothmog's Enforcer 2 attacks, Guritz, Master of Reserves, and I'll steal 3 of Ryan's dice for my Troll. I've also got a Spearman in there, but we'll see if we get the 6. We do! It goes to us. You are trapped. I'm not going to do any special strikes with the Troll, because obviously I've got the Heroic Combat going off. And I've got... That'll be enough. Down he goes. So we're all charging again. Gothmog's Enforcer out of the way, Guritz out of the way, Goroth will run on Elfhelm, and the Troll will run on Gamling. Alright, your next Heroic Combat, my friend.
I'd like to do the heroic combat on your Easterling bloke here.
Easterling bloke, roger that.
Yeah.
1 Easterling versus 2 Riders of Rohan. Riders have got the odds, that's not a great roll. Ooh, it goes. You guys can back away, can't you? Oh, hacks one from the saddle, right. Oh, that stopped the Heroic Combat's charging back in with the King. So our next combat goes off, and I think we've only got 1 left now, which is the Troll and Gothmog. So Gothmog has 4 attacks on the charge, and the Troll has 1, 2, 3 dice. We've got the fight value, we've got the 6, so I'm not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to roll some strikes and try and kill Gamling. He's knocked prone, of course, but that Heroic Defense, Ryan.
Yeah, I get a 6.
Let's see if we can do it. So the Troll, despite all of his strength, has got 3 attacks doubled. Can I grab 1 more? That's 6. So he needs natural 6s. Let's see if we get any wounds for the Troll and his double strikes. Oh, 2 wounds to start with. That is above odds and lucky. Any fate points for you, Sir Gamling? He saves it, so he's on 1 wound, no fate. And then we have 8 attacks coming in from Gothmog, who would of course got +1 and all his other juicy goodness, but we need natural 6s. 1 more 6, Gamling dies. There he goes, 2 more in fact. Gamling and his pesky royal standard are finished. That is Theoden and Gamling accounted for, but are we about to lose 2 kings? Any heroic combats from the forces of Gondor, Jar? He has charge, and I've got priority. I'm absolutely going to pair that off and not give Forlong a chance to heroic combat. I am going to shield for days with this poor Morannon, fighting against a few numbers there. Very nice, a 5, it takes it. I don't have a banner, so that is all yours. Fire away, Ryan, see if you get the kill. You do get the kill. So my Morannon Orc goes down. This is a big play, actually, because you've just punched a hole and are officially wrapping into my lines here. Where does the Rider of Rohan go?
We'll help out your Rohan, mate, so we don't have spears.
Yeah, nice.
Good.
Pick off the spears.
Can I make it to him?
The troll or the...
No, that fella.
I think you definitely make it to him, just weaving and bobbing through, in and around. Pick off a few spears. You just charge them both and take both the spear supports.
No, he's getting punched on.
Oh, that's right. He's punched on. Cool. Very nice. We got a Rohan warrior has broken the lines. And now that's all the combats. We've got priority. Let's go over this side. Anything interesting here to do? There's 1 Royal Guard, 2 Cataphracts, and 2 Easterlings.
5.
Big 5 for the Royal Guard. Ooh, just not enough. Getting the 6. And you'll need 5s to wound the Royal Guard. There's a 6. Down he goes. All right, now let's do the king. Let's do it. All right, let's see those heroic strikes, gentlemen. Who has got the advantage? Oh, a pair of 6s. You both go up to fight 10. And you've got the same fight value. It's definitely not worth two-handing, Dan.
Who's got mine? You don't.
He'd be out now.
You used a move and a strike. So
and
if
you've
you fudge this, I got 2 more.
Yes. Yep. Knight of
And
Pelennor.
you've got +1 to wound.
That's true. So if you wound, it's good. So let's see. Highest dice wins. Oh, 5s. Oh, that's losable. Yep. Goes to AMS. So you'll have to spend a point of might.
I'll use the point of might there.
Yep.
Win it. Or
Force
win
it.
it.
Yep.
But let's just try and hit the man.
Put him on the man.
Yeah,
Yep.
see
You
how
got
we
it.
Oh, he's also defense 6,
So I can crump him.
Look at that. Two go through to the man. Let's do the wound on the chariot first. Aima is strength 4. And the D7's looking for a 6 to wound the
5
chariot.
+1.
Yep, with the +1, so it's a 5. Hey, wounds on the chariot. Chariot's got 2 wounds. One left, and now the 2 on the king himself.
So the king's defense 6.
Yeah.
I'm strength. So 4 is because of the +1.
Exactly. 4s to wound.
Alright.
This is big.
If I get a 3, it's going on.
Yeah. Oh! 2 wounds on the king. The king's gone. There we go. Things might have turned around for Rohan. That's a big swing on this flank. So there we go. Those pesky few shots from Ryan. They did the business, and the first king has fallen. So for objectives, we've lost a king. You guys have lost Theoden. It's pretty tight. You've also lost a lot of Rohan. But let's have a look at what's going on here in the center. The next one to do is this little combat here. Sternhelm and just Sternhelm now, actually, because we've tagged off Elfhelm, and he is fighting your other king. Has your reckless king chariot charges really cost us, Dan? Let's see. You got 3 dice. You've got 3 dice as well. Get the 6 and it's yours. Ooh, no 6s. Big 6. Look at that. 2 points of might to force the 6. You are running low on might, Mr. Rohan.
I'm gonna let you push back.
All right. So Dernhelm has been pushed back. Dan's now got some choices.
Let's go Owen.
Put them all on. Let's read them and weep. Needing 5s to wound Eowyn. 1 wound.
I'll take it.
Fade it up. No fade. He likes to live life on the edge.
Always tank it if you can tank it.
Now, okay, so the next combat along is Goroth, who has struck up. He has 2 attacks, and he is fighting Elfhelm, who did charge and is now fighting an infantry model. Interesting move, Lockie, charging an infantry into a cav who charged. By pairing him off from that fight, I could have cost myself here. I'm going to go for it, though. 6s. Alright, I have got my burly. I'm strength 5, so your defense 6, so 5s wounding on 4s. I'm just going to go all on Elfhelm. See you later, Elfhelm. Oh! Big 6s. You haven't spent any fade, have you, Ryan?
So I could fade it off.
You could. And you've got how much might left?
3.
You've got 3 might.
I didn't use because I got 3 combat.
Oh, right, so okay, so he can't die. He can't die. 6, look at that. Alright. But we got a wound and his fate gone, so lovely work, Goroth.
Another brutal round of combat on the northern flank saw yet more carnage for both forces. Orcs and Riders of Rohan slumping to the churned up mud of the Pelennor Fields. Rohan definitely need a little bit of rescuing here by their Gondor brothers.
Alright, Forlong now has charged, and it is 4. No, Ori, look at the way you've paired this off. Very nice indeed. Okay, Sharky, it's me and you. I've got 2 Morannons with no spear supports fighting the mighty Forlong with 3 attacks on the charge.
Cheeseburger with a stick.
Cheeseburger with a stick, that's right. I'm on 4s. That's solid. I'll use my banner before you spend the might as a courtesy. There you go, goes to you.
I thought that was going to be 6 then.
Yeah, I nearly did too.
He's got a war spear, so Lance
Yep.
on the charge, so we'll do that one first.
Yeah, cool, so it'll be 4s, yeah. So 1 goes down, and the next one. And 1 more attack. Down he goes, both orcs falling. The horns of Gondor are coming to the aid of Rohan. This is not how it's supposed to be.
Gondor slammed into the western shield wall of Mordor, losing only a single knight of Dol Amroth in exchange for a whole handful of orcs, including 2 from Prince Imrahil out wide on the southern flank. My Mordor backline is about to be very exposed.
It is turn 5. The mummics will be arriving, and Mordor has capitulated as we all sort of thought they would be. Let's jump into priority, and then we'll start hearing the horns of war from Harad.
I can do this one. I've got it.
It goes to the forces of good. We'll set up movement, and we'll come right back. So a heroic move roll-off has ensued, of course. We're going to call with the king so that we can steamroll these 2 heroes. And you're going to counter-call Rohan?
Yeah, with Elfhelm. We're going to do a roll-off, gents.
Ryan, do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Would that be me
he
grabbing?
wants to give it to someone.
Thank you.
Ori, you're up. You're up. 1, 2, 3, evil. 4, 5, 6.
Big 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, it goes to evil. Oh, Dernhelm and Elfhelm could be in trouble. Now, the first thing is, can you set up a pivot so you hit those two models simultaneously? You should be able to. It's going to make you change your angle a little bit, but you're not really going to hit the dudes at the back. But it's worth it, because then you get the double taps.
Yeah.
2 hits on the rider and 2 hits on the mount. Let's do Elfhelm first.
Right.
2 on the rider. Nothing. And 2 on his horse. Elfhelm is unhorsed, Road Rider. He's fine, no prone damage. And then we'll do the 2 wounds on Eowyn's horse, or Dernhelm's horse. Dernhelm's horse survives, and now we will decide, with our rules reference, on how to wound the other 2. So 2 strikes on Merry and 2 strikes on Eowyn. So on Merry first, needing 4s. 1 wound on Merry.
5s.
5. Oh, I keep thinking he's needing 5. So needing 5, so he's fine. He's fine. Not worth spending might, I don't think. And then on Eowyn herself, needing, it'll be 5s this time because it's strength defense 5. Nothing! Look at that! But we got rid of the horse. We got rid of the horse. And now we are just in combat with both of them.
Yeah.
Which
How's that move going?
should be fun. Should be fun. That's fine. Now we'll just wrap around. It's all good. So now we will dive into the rest of the move and come right back.
With the banners of Kharn flying high in the morning breeze, the remaining Eastern King charged forth once again, crashing down onto Dernhelm and Elfhelm. Hearing the horns of Harad in the distance, Aemma pulled back from Umdur's war cries to reform the third wave of the Rohan lines, while Imrahil and Huron thundered back to the centre of the western Morannon shield wall.
The move phase is over and the mosh pit is on. A lot of exciting stuff to happen. I think it's time to go and put some Harad models on the table, my friends. So at the end of the evil move phase, the Harad force arrives.
At last. The great battle of our time.
Over the first 4 turns, the Rohirrim crashed into the Morannon shield wall, but the forces of Mordor held firm, seizing the initiative by killing the King of the Mark and shattering the Rohan spearhead. The Khand and Easterling forces surged forward on the eastern flank, and the Rohan line threatened to break, but Aemma, Marshal of the Pelennor, enraged by his beloved uncle's death, charged the Khandish king and beheaded him in single combat. The Gondorian forces fared better for the men of the west, with Huron and Imrahil striking deep into the western lines of the Orcs, who quavered beneath their onslaught. Although Sauron's forces weathered the initial charge, it seemed that the tides were turning for the forces of good, but a distant rumble of war horns and the song of evil men floated up the Pelennor from Osgiliath. Sauron's final weapon, the war host of Harad, is about to be unleashed. Will the forces of Rohan survive the charge of the Mumakil? Will the Grey Company and the Army of the Dead arrive in time? Stay tuned for the epic conclusion to the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, the great battle of our time.
We come to it at last. The great battle of our time.
What an absolute monster of a game. Throw a comment down below your favourite moment from the first half of the Pelennor Fields battle report, and let me know if you'd like to see a big supercut of the second half of the game. Those Mumakil are going to be nasty. And let me know if you're keen for more Zorp of the Rings action. Strap in, because we have got so much coming for the new edition of Middle-earth Warhammer. So, I'll see you guys next time right here on Zorp of the Rings.